In this video, we're going to talk about some new partnerships at Smashwords that will help you sell more books in libraries and colleges, how to determine if your book cover needs a redesign, and a book on publishing industry news that you won't want to miss. Stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Ronn, and it's Saturday, which means it's time to look at some of the biggest publishing news stories of the past week and the effects it will have on us as authors. Every week I browse through hundreds of blogs and news articles, listen to all the major podcasts, and keep my eye out for anything that will help you become a savvier entrepreneur. First up is some cool news at Smashwords. The distributor announced a partnership with 3 new channels where indie authors can sell their books. The first is Odilo, which is a supplier to libraries in Europe, North America, and Latin America. From what I could tell, they function very similar to Overdrive. What's interesting about Odilo, not quite sure how to pronounce it, is that according to Smashwords, they signed a deal with the Ministry of Culture in Spain to provide ebook services to over 15 million public library patrons. That's pretty cool. Smashwords is really going after libraries. They already distribute to Baker & Taylor and Overdrive, and not that long ago they signed a deal with Gardeners, which also distributes to libraries. Right now, I can't think of a better retailer to go with if you want to have a shot at library presence. Smashwords also announced a deal with Tolino, which is a German ebook consortium that is the second largest ebook retailer in Germany after Amazon. I don't know about you guys, but this one wasn't a surprise. Draft2Digital signed a deal with Tolino earlier this year. And the third and final partnership that Smashwords announced this week was a deal with Yuzu, which is an ebook retailer operated by Barnes & Noble College. According to Smashwords, this deal will make it easier for educators to assign books in the Smashwords premium catalog to students. I'm not sure I entirely understand how this works, but here's how I interpret it. So for example, if I'm a college professor at a forward-thinking university and I want to assign an ebook textbook on Native American history to my anthropology class, and if that book is available on Yuzu, and if Yuzu distributes to my university bookstore, then students can order it directly through the college, which makes it easier for them. Though I'm not sure at this point what would stop students from purchasing the same book on the Kindle or Apple stores because a sale there would net a higher royalty for the author. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure about the logistics of this one and what makes the most sense for authors who are in education, but time will tell and the textbook market's evolving, so we'll just have to wait and see if this is an effective partnership. Out of all the deals, I'll admit that I'm least excited about this one. However, the self-publishing textbook market is growing right now, so I wouldn't rule it out. We could spend an entire video talking about colleges and what's happening in the education and textbook market. It's exciting stuff, and in the next few years, I do see this market opening up for authors of all genres. So regardless of whether this news will help you sell more books today, I would watch the space. It's ripe for some very interesting innovation and growth. If you need help formatting your books for Smashwords, be sure to check out this video that I made that will help you get your books into the premium catalog so that you can take advantage of these new partnerships. For the second news item, Diana Urban at BookBub published a very interesting article on the science of book covers and how to know if yours is working. Urban writes that authors should follow a 4-step process to determine if their cover needs a redesign. Assess your current cover, look for feedback in the marketplace, run tests with your audience and potential readers, and test your new design against the original. I thought this was a very useful and practical article with links to some great cost-effective resources that you can start using today. For example, if you wanted to test 2 book covers side by side, you could use a service like PickFu, where your cover will be shown to a focus group who will give you honest feedback on what they think about the cover, usually within a few minutes. And it's only costs like $20. Very practical. You should go check out the article, but first a word of caution. If your book isn't selling, most of the time it probably is your book cover, but not always. Be sure to check out the following items first: your book description, your price, your categories and keywords, and the editing and storytelling. Make sure these are appropriate before changing your cover, or you might waste your money. Your book cover may be a problem, but if your story has issues, then no book cover in the world will save it. Sometimes it's better just to write the next story, improve your craft as a storyteller, and invest your money in a newer property. You can always revisit covers down the road, and time and distance may give you better insights as to why a particular book isn't working. So if your book has only been on the market for 3 months, probably not time to change your cover, but just keep it in mind as you move forward. What do you guys think? Have you ever redesigned your book covers? I'd love to hear your comments below. And for the third and final news item, yours truly, author business coach Michael Ronn has released the annual 2016 Indie Author State of the Union book that details the most significant publishing industry news events of the year. In the book, I cover news, books, courses, products, services, and other things that you might have missed that were released this year, and it's a good roundup of 2015 so that you can start 2016 strong. It's organized by topics so you can scan it quickly and go right to any articles that interest you, and it's jam-packed with resources, and right now it's the only book of its kind on the market. If you like these news videos and find them helpful, then you'll be glad to know that the Indie Author State of the Union is exactly like these videos, but in book format. I wrote this book because if I'm going to call myself an industry expert, then I have to keep up with the news and emerging trends. Writing this book helps me do that and codify my thoughts. You can grab your copy of this year's Indie Author State of the Union in the links below. I'd love to know what you guys think and if you find it helpful. That's it for this video. If you subscribe to my Patreon channel, you'll get access to a bonus video every week. Sometimes I do news, or I'll give advice, or I'll make surprise videos that you'll just have to be a patron to figure out what they are. You can of course become a patron today by clicking the YouTube card above my head or by clicking the link in the video description. If this is your first time watching, I'd love to have you subscribe. Every week I do videos with craft, marketing, and business advice. I also cover publishing industry news that will help you grow your author business, sell more books, and connect with readers. I hope I can play a small part in your future success, because it's time for you to get the author career that you deserve. So subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.